Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast, and I've got to say I'm delighted to be joined by Mr. Kurt Walker. Kurt, first and foremost, mate, I know you're deep into training camp because you've got a fight in a couple of weeks. So how's things?
Good, mate, good. Just been here for a few weeks now, training away, enjoying myself, not long to go now. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, let's talk about it then. Not long to go now. You are out on the 23rd of April on the huge Tyson Fury versus Dillon Whyte Undercard at Wembley Stadium, man. How delighted are you? I mean, your second professional outing, and what a bill to be on.
Mate, listen, you can't really get much bigger than that, really. Like, Wembley Stadium, massive. What a fight, heavyweight title. I'm buzzing, When I was told these things at the start, you obviously think they're going to come, but maybe not as soon as they have came. This is a massive fight. Even like you said there, against Josh Taylor was the undisputed. So this is the second fight on another world title stage. So it's brilliant. I couldn't ask for any more, and a big thanks to obviously Cullen Boxing and Top Rank for giving me these opportunities.
I just talked to me about Jamie and Mick and Cullen Boxing and Top Rank. What they've done for you right now is obviously they know how good you are. They know obviously being Irish amateur scene, they know how good you can be and how far you can go into the pro rank. So for them to get you on these huge shows, they're obviously trying to build you up. And obviously we talked about being on the Josh Taylor Catterall Undercard to make your professional debut, and now you're on this huge heavyweight belt with Fury and Whyte. They're really pushing you and building you up quite well.
Yeah, and it's brilliant, and I think it is very beneficial because when it comes to my time to do all this, and when I'm higher up the ladder and I'm doing stuff, I'll be well used to the fight weeks of the big events and all that. It'll not be new to me, so everything's experience that I'll be taking on, and I think it will be very beneficial going forward.
Have you, obviously, being on these huge cards, you soak in the atmosphere and stuff. I know you've only made your pro debut back in February there, but you obviously stayed around and soaked in that atmosphere, and I'm sure you've been to loads of mixed fights in Belfast, soaked in that atmosphere as well. Have you envisioned yourself headlining and walking out into a whole crowd that's all for Kurt Walker? Have you envisioned that?
100%, and I want to walk out and I want to do it in Windsor Park, I go to all the Northern Ireland matches and I love it, mate. I love went to the Euros in 2016 and I loved it. So I'd like to go back there in a few years and headline a show there, hopefully for a world title. If not, defend the world title there. So, and it could be done, It won't be done in 2 years, maybe not 3, but come 4 years, that could be my right time to do it.
Listen, just got to keep doing what you're doing, keep winning, keep being on these big shows, keep getting your name out there. And I'm sure Cullen Boxing and Jamie will make sure that they'll do everything they can to make sure you're always on these platforms.
Yeah, listen, it's not even. This is only the start of it as well. Hopefully we're looking at MSG in June. So I think that's penciled in. I'm near sure it's done. So I'll have this fight. I might have another fight even before then. I'm in talks now. I'll just have to see because I'm busy. I'm just going to come back and train and maybe take a week at home and do a bit of training. But I just come back here and train. So I'm always fit. You know what I mean? And then the one in June will be massive in Madison Square Garden. That's a dream in itself to fight one of the best venues in the boxing world, really. Yeah, that's it. That's the plan, mate.
Well, that's it. Well, if you keep knocking them out, I know your debut, just talk to me about that. First round knockout. If you keep getting these first round knockouts, then you're not going to have a scratch on you. You can fight every week.
Nah, do you know what? That wasn't planned or nothing. I went in to enjoy the 6 rounds and learn. But obviously, I think whenever you're actually least expecting it is when stuff like that happened, because I wasn't tense one bit. Everything was flowing and the opportunity came and I took it. It just shows you, like, I'm a boxer. Not once did I go on the back foot in that fight. So the best of me is still yet to come when people actually see me against higher level opponents where I'm able to box.
That's the thing. You are a boxer. You've obviously got that sort of like boxer style coming out. Long career in the amateurs, but the left hook to the body, the come forward. There's a different part of your game that you probably need in these professional.
Yeah, 100%.
As you go up the opponents, the difficult opponents, you're probably going to have to stay on that front foot and banging them left hook to the body. But talk to me about that shot then, that left hook to the body. Is it a shot that you're known for?
No, I'm known for a right hook to the body, In the amateurs, I just do a right hook to the body, especially a lot against Southpaws. Yeah. I used to do the same time shot, and I was well known for it. It was a very good shot of mine. I don't even know, man. I never really see that shot. Like, this is weird, like, because I was kind of going to throw it, and I just changed it last second. And lucky enough, when I changed it to the left, he threw his right hand, which means he was breathing out or whatever, and his wind, he was done. If he didn't throw the right hand, I don't think he'd have went down because he would have been able to tense and take it.
Yeah. That's
So it was good.
It's the shots you don't see that hurt the most, I suppose.
100%, 100%. It's just mad because I don't really throw that shot much, like, but I always just threw the right hand. I was throwing the right hand to the body. I must have threw it maybe 10 times before I threw that shot. So
there you go. Now you got to switch it up a little bit. Switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, I know, mate.
Good stuff. Obviously, you're only in there for, it was the first round stoppage in your pro debut. But what was if anything, what were the biggest differences from the amateur scene to that professional scene?
It's weird. Like, obviously the ring walk and the weigh-ins and stuff, but that was the first time I wasn't nervous ever. Really, like, it's tiniest bit nervous, but I think it's because obviously it's your debut. Your opponent's not going to be nowhere near the standard of what the opponents are in the Olympics or the European Games or the World Championships or stuff like that. So I knew I was levels above, and I just really had to go in and show that I was levels above. And it was brilliant because I was able to flow and I felt good in the ring. I had no nerves, but obviously nerves is good as well. So I just need to keep getting. Obviously, the opponents are going to get bigger and better every single time, and I think I'll be bigger and better every single time as well.
Talk to me about coming out of the Wembley Stadium. I mean, it's only been a few fights there. I think Joshua's done it a couple of times. Carl Froch, obviously, George Groves, and now this. So Wembley Stadium was only used a few times, but to get there on only your second professional fight, talk to me about that, man. I mean, I know you said you're buzzing, but did you like when you speak to other like fighters turning professional from the amateur ranks, they may have to start their careers on the small hall circuits, maybe, but you've done it. You're getting these platforms already, man.
I mean, it is crazy, like, because if you'd asked me 12 months ago, would I be fighting in Wembley in 12 months' time, I'd have laughed. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that because I didn't even know if I was going pro 12 months ago. So I wasn't even qualified for the Olympics 12 months ago, I think. So it's just crazy how it works, and then it is mad. It's obviously due to Top Rank and their relationship with Common Box and their relationship with everyone around who's able to give me this kind of stuff, and that was the main reason why I signed with them, because I knew I would get opportunities like this, but maybe not as big as this at this moment in time. But I was buzzing when I first heard. When I first heard, it still wasn't like I was like, I didn't get happy. Maybe it's when it's officially announced, then you get that buzz. It's complete different buzz you get. Like, even though you're on it, you're not actually on it until it's announced on social media. No,
listen, you're on it, which is good to see. But I just want to ask you, you're a super featherweight. Is that where you're gonna hang around?
Nah, feather.
Down at feather. Yeah, because I just checked on BoxRec there. I was like, super featherweight. I was like, that's super.
Nah, see, the last fight, the fella asked for an extra. I don't know. The fella asked for a wee bit of extra weight, so I said no problem. It was only the day before. I think he came, maybe the day before, whatever. But I'll fight a feather now.
Well, listen, he asked for a little bit extra weight, and you still got him down in that body shot. So
I actually asked him. I asked him, did he want some more, because I don't want to make the weight either.
There you go. Like I said, talk to me about that featherweight division right now. I put a post up on my story saying it's my favourite division right now. I mean, obviously, Mick's fight with Lee Wood, what a fight that was. Mick showed how much of a warrior he is and how good he is.
Yeah.
He belongs, and no doubt he'll be a world champion soon. Lee Wood, resilient. You've got Josh Warrington against Kiko Martinez, great fight. But you've also got the Navarrete, you've got the Mark Magzios. I mean, Jazza Dickens is still there. He's there. I mean, you adding your name to it in maybe 5, 6, 7 fights times is just going to add to that already stacked division.
100%. Boxing's a mad game too. Like, in 6 months' time, like, everything could just change. Like, it's just mad. Everyone just comes up and people go down. It's crazy. Like, so it's a massive division. Especially in America too. There's loads of featherweights in America, very good ones too. Very, like, ones who are, there's just so many of them of high level boxers in America. That's where I want to go and fight a big name in America in a few years' time, and then hopefully for a world title and bring it back, and then I can start doing the Windsor Park. Defend it or win it there.
Did you go to Windsor Park for Carl Frampton and Jackson?
When was that? That was I don't even know when. That was years ago.
2018, was it?
Was it 18, huh?
I think it was 18, yeah.
I'm not even sure, mate. I get mixed up because I've been to that many of his fights.
Yeah, I think it was 2000. I do think it was 2018. Yeah. So, I mean,
I think it was
weather
cold when I went. Was it
the weather
cold?
was a bit, eh?
Was it cold?
It was raining. Remember, it was that horrible rain.
I
Rain.
do remember that. I
And
remember
everyone was
that.
just throwing out them ponchos, no them little things. I mean, what an atmosphere that was, even with the rain. So imagine if you got the sunshine.
100%. That's like sometimes the weather in Ireland's shit, like, but you can get it. Sometimes it doesn't work it out well. I actually see when I went pro, I walked out in Windsor Park. You know, when they had it international. Brought into I was having dinner on the lounge or whatever you call it. So I was talking to one of the guys there, and he was saying how many years. I says 4, and he says try and get it in 3 because I'm retiring in 3.
There you go. There's a little goal for you then. I mean, the weather. Talking about that weather, man. I think Mick's had two shows at the Fela, and I think it's rained twice at his shows as well. So,
it rained when I was there, like, but I wasn't there the last time.
The first one or the last one?
I wasn't there that last one there when he fought TJ. I was in Tokyo.
I think you were there for the Olympics, weren't you? Yeah, I think it rained the first couple of fights, and then for Mick walking out, I think it dried up, which was perfect for the main event. But
I'll get my own fight there this year, hopefully too. Which I'll be buzzing for that. I love it there. It's class. Some atmosphere.
What an atmosphere it is, and obviously we all know about the Irish fans. Can you get a better group of fans?
They come from everywhere. See that field too. They come from everywhere, especially see when Mick's fighting. They come from everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Like I was saying in Nottingham, it's filled with Irish people from down south of Ireland, and people were stopping me. People were stopping me. Like, it's just crazy how much Irish fans love it more than people love it up the north of Ireland. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's it.
They stop left, right, and centre.
Maybe the south starved the boxing a little bit because they don't really get much.
I think it is. They love it. Obviously, when the Olympics comes around, it's massive for them because it's Ireland, you know, and all that. Like, so it's massive down there, especially boxing. Like,
definitely. And listen, you're talking about Fela, Madison Square Garden, Wembley Stadium, the Hydro to make your debut on an undisputed undercard. I mean, it's all go for you, which is probably what you want to start your pro career.
100%, man. You know, if I get left on a low, if I get a few months between a fight, I'll just get lazy. You know what I mean? It's hard not to as well. I have a young family at home as well, so it's good to be back with them. And I know I need to make the most of it when I am away. So I know if I have this busy year, I'm going to start going to 8 rounders, maybe next year. It'll not be 6 or 8 rounders in a year, you know what I mean? So I'll get a bit of more time at home after each fight. Good
stuff. Since you are going to be on that huge Fury versus Whyte undercard, I'm going to have to ask your opinion on that fight. I want you to give me a proper breakdown, a proper boxer's analysis on this fight and tell me who wins.
I don't even know. Like, Dillon Whyte seems to be locked in somewhere. I don't know. I haven't heard nothing. Everyone seems to think he's not going to fight, but he's not going to turn down money, is he? I think Tyson Fury's just that awkward for a heavyweight that it takes a very, very smart and talented man who can beat him. I just don't see any way. I think Dillon Whyte can cause problems with his power, obviously, especially in the heavyweight division, and he takes one punch. But I just think he's so big and long and smart and fast that he's too hard to pin down, and he showed that he can take a dig off Deontay Wilder how many times, like.
Exactly. Gun
so
3
he
times.
Has a chin.
Back up.
100%. So you can't fault him for that. So you know he can take one. Whether he gets hit on the sweet spot at the right time, but I think it's just he's one of the hardest men I think to pin down and land one of them shots on in any weight class. Definitely.
And I've been to his fights, and I can probably agree with you there, Kurt. But listen, one final one from me then. I know you've had a training session. You probably want to go and chill. So one final one. What can the fans expect from Kurt Walker on the 23rd at Wembley Stadium? First round knockout?
I'm not saying it because I don't mind it, honestly. They're nice to have, and I love it. If it comes, it comes. But I want to show people how good I am. So, like, the longer the fight goes, the more you'll see me. But if I have an opportunity to take him out in the first round, I will take him out. So, whatever happens, mate.
Listen, Kurt Walker, the knockout artist. Who knew it? Listen, Kurt, thank you so much for doing this for FL TV. Congratulations on getting that huge card at Wembley Stadium, man. Well deserved, mate. And listen, I won't be down there. I think it's going to be cooking down there, so we'll get a chat with you. So good luck with the fight, and hopefully I'll catch up with you soon.
Yes, good man, Andy. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. See you soon, Kurt.
Take it easy.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.